what explains the dominance of the Dravidian movement in its various avatars, offshoots, and so on in this state? And why did the so-called national parties, I use the word so-called advisedly, because that's their claim. But what do you think explains this? Because now you're entered politics, you must have done your homework.
I think that the Dravidian movement, you know the history, I mean, most of us know. In Tamil, we say it's Kalathin Katayam, need of the hour.
Yeah.
If Mr. Annadurai has not been born, Mr. Periyar was not there still would have been a movement. We don't know when it would have borne fruit, but it was need of the hour. Yes. Because it was not an inclusive politics. It was an exclusive politics. So people were left out and they gathered together and they found a small percentage, like it happens around the world, even in fiscal matters, 2% control the rest. So they wanted to change it. So it was a need of the hour. That's why my brother, born to a congressman, joined DMK. It was a need of the hour. I mean, it doesn't matter. Personalities didn't matter. And I think I spoke once and I speak again in another great forum. I think Murasuli function I spoke. You cannot remove Dravidam from the map. The reason is that the so-called, it's pan-Indian, pan-national, this Dravidianism as we call it. I mean, archaeologists will give me better reason and support as to why I say it. So this is just a brand, a name, an umbrella under which we can sit. It will be there. Who takes it forward and it's not even leading, it's taking it towards the right destination. And that's what it'll be. So when they say, will you also lead tread the Dravidian path? There is no, it's a Dravidian terrain. Path has to be made by us. So that's what I think. You cannot erase it. And my intention is not to change that, but to change this corrupt alternatives that we have. That has to change. We must have, like Edward de Bono says, you cannot live a life with just yes and no. If there is no third alternative, invent it. He wrote a book called Yes, No, and Po. So he invented a word. So I think that's what I am.
It's a remarkably long-lasting hegemony. I remember 1967. After that, the so-called national parties never returned with a ghost of a chance of capturing power in Tamil Nadu. They always became B team, or B League or C League members. Congress perhaps B League, BJP D League, and so on in Tamil Nadu. It's a remarkably long innings for these parties, despite the splits and the various controversies.
Whether deserving is or not is another question. The thing is, I said they were the need of the hour. Then the need of the hour just became need. Their need.
Yes.
And that was systemized. And now corruption is, there's a parallel government which runs only for corruption. Governance of corruption.